Hey, it's Randy from Happy Maple Nursery again, and we're about maybe a month and a half, maybe about a month since we planted these zucchinis here. You can see we've got some gold mine yellow zucchinis here. We actually have some green ones up there. And so what we're going to do, we're at a stage now where they're getting quite large. They're starting to throw out some fruit sets, and they're starting to take up a lot of space. You can see that these big leaves here, probably blocking a lot of camera, are getting quite large, and they can grow some spines, so they can be a little nasty. And so because we have a relatively small garden, we like to optimize our space. So we're going to show you what we do. Essentially, we cut off all the leaves right up to the first fruit set. This saves a lot of space and allows you to get in there nice and tight and do some weeding. Also check for squash vine borers. Keep an eye out for them. I did just kill an adult, so they are on the prowl and they will decimate your squash quite effectively. So keep an eye out for that. You can see entry points, potential areas where there's maybe larvae that need removing, things like that once you have these cleaned up. If you let them go quite bushy, much harder to see these types of things. And so basically we just remove all these leaves right up to the first fruit set. And then we tie this onto the stake that we planted here, or placed here when we first set up these squash. And so we're just going to find a place to anchor this, tie it up, and what should happen is the plant should right itself towards the sun, and some of these leaves will actually rotate. So we'll come back a bit later and see how things are doing. But for now, we're just going to attach that to a good anchor point using whatever you've got. We're going to use a combination of some spongy wires. We also have some old shirts that we cut into nice strips, anything that's gentle on your plant. And I'm actually going to flip this around so I can properly attach it to the stake. Hopefully. I may even need a larger piece. Here we go. Try not to squish this flower. And so whenever we're tying a plant, we like to make a nice little figure 8 if we can with the rope. It just stops on rubbing. I don't know if I'm going to have enough here. I might. Hopefully this will hang on. And that'll be it. So as this plant keeps growing and we keep removing fruits, we'll just keep taking these off and removing any leaves that get in the way. These keep your squash much more manageable in your garden and allow you to actually get in there and see when the fruit is ripening. With zucchinis, they can get quite large quite quickly when they start to hit their main pace and full vigor. So this also helps with seeing what's going on in the plant as well. So you don't miss any of those fruits and end up having to make zucchini bread indefinitely. As always, take all of your trimmings and add them to your compost or worm bin. These represent a lot of nutrients that you likely put into the soil through, amendments, compost and whatnot, and you want to keep that. So don't export all those nutrients by just getting rid of this. You want to compost it. All right, that's it for now. Take care.